G'day guys, and welcome back to another Thursday night live stream. So good to see everyone here. And boy, I tell you what, there is probably about 60 questions already lined up. So we are trying to get them to you tonight. Jason, of course, is away on a hunting trip, so he will not be joining us tonight. Instead, we have Adam from the Hootie Who Show, which is an absolutely fantastic YouTube channel over in Tennessee. So I met Hootie, what was it, a couple of months ago, and we just started talking online, and yep, and just got on really well. And he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met doing this YouTube gig. He's just really helpful. It's quite funny. It's a very large channel compared to mine. Like, got well over 10, 15 times as many subscribers as I got. And he's always happy to help out. And it's quite funny. He has the same problems with YouTube than what I have. So we've had quite a few different stories that we could collaborate on. So I will definitely bring him in. But first, thank you very much, JR, for the $5 super chat. Really do appreciate it. So we will bring Hootie in. G'day, Adam. How are you? Yeah, thanks for joining us.
I'm good.
Very, very early in the morning for you.
Yeah, you gotta excuse my voice. I just woke up like 5 minutes ago and I sound really weird.
Yeah, and you were up all last night watching the election, weren't you?
Last 2 nights, yeah.
Yeah. Geez, it's definitely interesting over here. What's happening? Our TV is just pure left wing and anti-Trump like no tomorrow. It's just
So is ours.
unbelievable. Yeah. So what is it like over there right now? What's the vibe of the whole thing?
So the gist of it is, it looks like Biden is going to win, but the Democrats cheated. So
Yeah.
now Trump is suing a couple states and all this stuff, and it's going to drag out for a while.
So does Trump stay in the office until it's all sorted, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez,
Yep.
that's unreal. Yeah, well, the was it Wisconsin? All of a sudden they found a couple of 100,000 votes overnight, all for Biden.
All for Biden.
If that's not corrupt, I don't know what is.
Yep.
And they're the same in Michigan, 128,000 in both states. What a coincidence.
Yep.
Yes, that's unbelievable. I wonder what will happen if they are found guilty, if they get kicked out or what.
Throw them all in jail.
Yeah. And then just get Trump back in to fix the mess.
Yep. That's what's going to happen. It might take a couple weeks, but that's what's going to happen. Trump's going to win.
Yeah, I hope so. Really hope so.
Me too.
At least over in the US, you got two totally different political parties. One real left wing Fruit Loops and one normal people. And over here,
in the US, it's beginning to be that the Fruit Loops are the normal people.
Well, over here, they're all Fruit Loops, and all our major parties believe in the same thing, and they all believe in gun control. So we're stuffed every way we look at it, really, over here. So we can't really win at all. So tell us a bit about your channel and everything to start it all off.
I don't even know what to say. It started off just me doing whatever I wanted to do, working on cars and guns and whatever, hunting. And people watched the gun videos, so I started doing all gun videos, and it's pretty much all over the place. Whatever random things we can come up with that I think people will watch, blowing stuff up, shooting holes in the car. I put up a deer hunting video the other day, a little bit of everything, and I try to have tons of different calibers so I can relate to more people. If you
Yeah.
have a whatever 300 Win Mag, then it's going to be on the channel because I bought everything.
Oh, yeah, you do have a lot. Yeah. You're lucky with your mate owning that shop. That yeah, it's pretty impressive. And what
Yeah,
today's
yeah,
video? What today's video? You got the 300 338 Win Mag,
yeah.
and
338 Win Mag.
were you just shooting it out his back door at the shop?
Yeah,
Jeez, man,
yeah.
that's goes straight to jail stuff over here.
No, not here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've only fired one round out of it because I hadn't put a scope on it yet or anything. Just wanted to make sure it worked. And that's what I said. Yeah, you care if I just go pop one out the back door? Nah, man, go ahead. I want to see it work too. So yeah.
Jeez, that's awesome. Just wish we had freedoms like that over here. Our laws are pretty crazy. I've told you about a few of them, and you're pretty amazed by them. But yeah, it's endless over here, dude. It really is. It really is. Just want to thank Lockie for his super chat, and we did have another one. I'm trying to find, and Royal for their super chat as well. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Yeah, like the stuff you do. If we did that. Um, we lose our licenses and all our guns literally overnight, gone. If we took our handguns out to private property, um, that's it, end of story. Or everything's gone. They just come knock on your door and take all your guns out of your safe and gone. And
Mm,
if you get caught shooting, we can't shoot handguns on private property, only at a range only.
mm.
And it's really, really highly regulated. Can't
Well,
hunt with them.
if Biden wins the election, we'll probably be working towards some of that crazy stuff ourselves.
Well, what's going to happen? Well, what do you think is going to happen if you get a knock on the door, or not so much you or someone, so in general, hey, you got to hand over your AR-15. No
No,
conversation. Just you got to hand it over. It's the law.
it's not
It's
going
the
to
law.
happen.
You got to give me your guns.
No.
Yeah,
The Second Amendment to the Constitution says we have the right to bear arms. Somebody at work asked me that the other day. Where I work, it's all liberal type people.
yeah.
What do you need ARs and AKs for? You're not hunting with those. I said, I don't need them for hunting. The whole purpose is one, protect my family from what may happen, criminals, whatever. Two, to fight the overthrow of a tyrannical government,
Now
which,
that's
which I don't think would get that far, but it could, right?
that's something that we get asked a lot here. Is it says in your Second Amendment to overthrow a tyrannical government? So how does it actually happen? So what you just walk up to the White House, a whole heap of guys with your guns, and go, "Hey, we're sick of you. Piss off, or we're gonna get rid of you." It's our right. How does it actually even work? Start to work?
I don't
Does
know.
it? Does anyone know?
It's not going to happen. It's not
Yeah,
going to get to that point. But, and I'm not even a huge political person. I never turn the TV on. I never watch TV. I'm that guy. I never watch the news. I don't care because it's all garbage and they're pretty much lying to you, anyways. But one of the things that um, the whole Biden team is saying that I've seen is they want to tax us something like $200 per every gun you own, and also $200 for every AR-15 mag you own. I'm like, were you just gonna tax me half my salary every year, like for owning guns? Like nobody can afford that.
yeah, that just wouldn't really happen at all. I reckon.
Yeah,
Gee,
and you you could hide them to a certain extent, right? But if you're sitting here making videos on the internet, they can kind of see what you got.
yeah, exactly. So we have registration over here as well, and registration always leads to confiscation. So definitely, I yeah, you have registering your guns would be the worst thing ever. Worst thing ever.
Yeah,
It's how
yeah. We don't do that.
that's how they take all our guns.
So I
Is
could
by
go to my
registration.
neighbor and give him $200 for a gun, buy it, from him. There's no registration. There's no record of me buying it. That whole thing.
Yeah. So how? So they don't know you buying a gun. So you just turn up for cash and go, "Hey, I want that." Sell me your gun, and you just give them cash and walk away. No, no
Yeah.
records, no nothing.
No.
Jeez, that's
If
unreal.
you like my friend Paul at the gun shop, you said where I picked up my 338 Win Mag. He's a licensed federal firearms dealer, is what it's called. He has to pay the government a fee so he can sell guns. If you buy a gun from a gun store, they do have to do a federal background check and make sure you're not a felon. If you're a
Yeah,
felon, you can't own a firearm.
yeah,
But I can still buy one off the street off of somebody if I want to. There's nothing illegal about that.
yeah. Jeez, that'd be nice. Now we got to jump through hoops to buy secondhand guns, and we can only do it through a gun shop. And there's permits and paperwork and license fees and you name it.
Yeah, there are other states, that make it more difficult. The liberal states, California, New York, whatever. But in Tennessee, we don't have all that nonsense.
Yeah, I heard it's really good up in Utah as well. They have
Yep.
basically no laws at all. But yeah, that's unreal. That's the sort of freedoms we wish from, and that's what Joseph said. We should have a citizen swap. Australians for the Constitution, move to America. Americans against the Constitution, move to Australia. I'm all up for that. We'd all be a lot happier. Yeah, you get our good guys, and we take your garbage. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm good. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'd move there in a heartbeat. So yeah, thank you for that, Joseph. Yeah, I'd definitely be into that. That'd be awesome. And yeah, oh, Chris Miller, he's like you. He's lucky. Lives on a farm and he can shoot out his front door, and he shoots deer from his kitchen window. This guy's a morning hoodie. I'll sub you to your channel after this. You need an Aussie-made Lithgow for your collection. Definitely.
I don't even
Uh,
know what a Lithgow is. Did you just do a video on one recently?
yeah, Lithgow
Yeah.
Arms, Australian-made bolt actions. They
Yeah.
make our machine guns for the army. The Steyr. They make the
Hmm.
Steyr bullpups. So they're all made here, but we can't own those, of course, because we can't have semi-autos or anything like that, unless
Hmm.
you're yeah, extremely rich and you have the right licenses.
Like a
So
Steyr AUG.
yeah,
Uh,
so we make the F90, which is like that,
yeah. We
and
we have tons of those. They're expensive though.
yeah, they go for about 6 or 7 grand here if you got the license for one, and you got to be a professional color like a rouge shooter, and that costs a lot of money to get into all that. So yeah, it's just out of the reach of most people, and you got to set up a business to own a semi-auto. Bagara Biden will make more busy changing his diapers and running the country. God bless all the good people of America. Yeah, man, I just can't imagine what will happen when he gets in. How he's even going to deliver a speech at all,
Yeah.
or
It's,
even get through a whole day.
it's absurd. So the the people that voted for Biden literally make no sense. The guy, he can't even put a sentence together. He can't even talk. Like
No,
it's very sad.
yeah,
And I mean, it's pretty. I got into an argument with somebody at work about it, and he told me, what did he say? He said, "I thought you were more intelligent than to vote for Trump." And I was like, "Well, uh, I would have told you the same thing about voting for Biden." And the whole thing about Biden versus Trump, I told you I don't get into politics and all this. I just don't. It's not my thing. I don't enjoy it. The voting for Trump, for me, is pretty simple. I like guns. I like low taxes, and I'm against abortion. And that's all I need to know. Trump is on the same page as me there. Biden, he's for abortion. He wants higher taxes, and he doesn't want guns. So why would anybody vote for him? I don't know.
Yeah, just
That's pretty much saying, come, I have a job. Sure, I'll let you have a lot more of it so you can tax me.
yeah, it's just mob mentality, like the whole voting thing. It really is.
Yeah,
Like
and
like a fad.
most of them, if you ask them why are they voting for Biden, they can't even tell you. They're just doing what the TV's been telling them. Oh, Trump is bad, Biden is good. That's what the
Yeah.
TV told me, so that's what I'm going to do.
So what was it like when you went to the polling booth and that? Was there like masses of people, or was it packed, or what?
Uh, where I live, um, it's it's kind of rural, so there was no line or anything. But where I live, everybody's for Trump. The
Right.
only places that are for Biden is the big cities.
Yeah. 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 That's what I'd figured out. That would have been. Well, here's something for you about your 338. Conservative sniper hunter. What does our American cousin plan to hunt with the 338 Win Mag?
So, uh, I don't even know if I will hunt with that one. But if I did, I would be hunting whitetail deer with it.
Nice.
See,
So
if I was just um, if I didn't make YouTube videos, I would probably deer hunt with the 300 WSM 300 Winchester short mag,
yep.
which is a pretty powerful round too. Uh, but since I make YouTube videos, I normally hunt with a firearm that I'm like friends with the company or something to help them get publicity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Exactly. So the price of that Win Mag compared to a 338 Lapua, is there much difference?
So my 338 Lapua rifle itself was $1,500, which
Yep.
depending on who you are, that can be a lot of money. That's a lot of money to me.
What
And
brand was that?
Savage.
Yeah.
And the rounds for 338 Lapua are about $5 a round. Every time you pull the trigger, that's $5 US. I'm not sure what the
About $400 for 20 rounds over here.
oh my. So yours is even more.
Oh, ammo's unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable
But
pricing.
that that 338 Win Mag, the rifle itself,
Yep.
only cost me $230. Super
Jeez.
cheap. That's why I bought it. One of my guy who watches the videos sent me a message on Facebook, said, "Have you seen this deal?" I said, "No." And like a day later, I bought one. 200, and the ammo for that is I got the boxes of 20 for $35. So it's cheaper than the Lapua by far.
That's that's still cheaper than what we pay for 308. That's about 2 to 3 prices
Wow.
over here. Yeah. I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link later on to some gun shops over here, and you can compare prices, and you'll be amazed. It's just unbelievable. We pay a fortune over here for ammo. When we look at what you pay for stuff, even tools, as you know, I'm into building stuff and that. And I look at the price of tools like saws and some machinery that I'm looking at buying, and then I just flick over and look at some of your shops over there, and it's like, mate, it's under half the price over there. It's shame our voltage is different because I can't use your tools over here very well
Yeah.
because I could just buy them from over in the US. We have I got I know a builder who buys all his tools like circular saws, routers, and everything from the UK, lands them in Australia, and they're still half the price of what he pays for them in a shop in Australia.
Wow.
and it takes about 3 weeks to get here, but he still gets them for under half price. It's just unbelievable what we pay here. Guns, you
I don't
don't
know
get
anything about traveling, but I have been to London. You use the same power as London?
240.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When I went over
Uh,
there, I had to get a little adapter for
yeah,
all my stuff.
yeah. When you use power tools, converting they don't really work at 100% over here, unfortunately. But yeah, it's the pricing is just unbelievable. Like an average gun here, just for an average sort of a gun, you'd be paying about 1.5 grand for a bolt action.
Whoa.
Yep.
Like,
Um,
do you have Ruger Americans? Ruger
yeah.
American rifles?
Yep. Yep.
So I can get those for about 350 brand new.
Yeah. About $1,000 here.
That's crazy. Like
Yep.
here, if you pay $1,000 for a rifle in the U.S., it's top of the line. Very nice.
Yeah. That's just $1,000 is getting around entry level
Mm.
over here. Like Howers and that. You're going. Oh, they go for offhand probably 700-800 bucks on special, and yeah,
Like uh, you have Bergaras. If you
yeah,
if you buy a Bergara in the U.S., they start at about $1,000. So like the
yeah,
the entry level Bergaras, like a B14, it's a
yeah.
thousand bucks.
Jeez, jeez. No, I'm not too sure. Jason paid close to 2 grand for his. I think 1,800, 2 grand for his Pagara 300 Win Mag.
Yeah.
Um, here we go. 5,000 runs of CCI standard is $500 Australian here. Just your 22 LR. So yeah, I know the boxes are about $50, $60 for 1,000
And a lot
on
of our
average.
our standard ammo is gone. Like 9 millimeter is very common. Pistol round. All the stores are sold out. You can't get it because the election. Everybody, is afraid. Same thing with 223. So the standard AR-15 round, it's all gone. 300 blackout, it's all gone. Can't get it.
Yeah, geez, yeah. Over here, we're getting a shortage because if you guys get a shortage, we get a massive shortage because you guys stock yourselves up first before you stock us up. So yeah, we're in. I was talking to my mate's a Winchester rep, and
Yeah.
he was saying that yep, there's masses of shortages. Pistol primers could be up to 2 years away
Wow.
because they're all loading up 9 mil in the US with them for
Yeah.
the factory stuff. So we're just a fraction of sales of gun, nothing at all over here. So they're not going to look after us if they look after you guys.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's okay. Hang on. We do have Jason coming in from the field from his hunting trip. So we'll just quickly bring him in and see what he's doing,
Awesome.
so he can meet his replacement. Uh,
Oh no.
okay.
Hey.
What's going on, guys? I've been replaced. This is not good.
You,
Oh no.
you
My,
letters in the mail.
my
Yeah, I
accent
know.
isn't near as good to listen to. So
No,
How you going out there?
yeah, not too bad, man. Smashed a few rabbits tonight. It's looking pretty good so far. Unfortunately, there's been so much rain. The grass is about, oh man, it's got to be at least 3 to 4 foot tall. So there's absolutely no chance of
oh,
lying on the ground. So we've had to sort of shoot from the top of the vehicle, and yeah, man. But it's going all right. First night, not too bad. How you guys going?
Yeah, good, good. We're just talking about the election and yeah, how expensive our guns are.
Well, I was just looking today. It could be on track to win. Was it Arizona? So I don't know. It's as they say, it's not over until the fat lady sings. I mean, I could be pretty ambitious. I'm probably not going to happen, but how on earth can they vote for dementia Joe Biden? Unbelievable. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Well, Jason
You know?
needs Trump to win because he put some money down on him.
Yeah, I did. It's interesting too because, like, I think Hootie will know this too. This is the first time in history, from what I'm reading, they've actually stopped, voting, as in stopped the vote counting. And then all of a sudden, an hour later, Biden's got 120,000 votes. I mean, where do these votes come from? I mean, absolutely ridiculous. I mean, they were doing everything they can to take it off him. It's just, I don't know, man. It's a travesty, I reckon. And if he still wins, they'll say it's a fraud. And if he loses, well, it was all good. And according to the left. So anyway, we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, and the all the social media platforms for the past 6 months, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, for the past 6 months, when you log in, they have been preparing people to do mail-in voting for 6 months. Oh, don't go to the polls, mail your vote in. They've been preparing for this cheating for 6 months. And now, the polls are closed. Oh, wait, we found 200,000 mail-in votes, but we're not going to let you look at them, guys. Just trust us. They're good, legitimate votes. Like, I don't think so. And they're all for Biden. By the way, all the votes were for Biden.
It's funny how he got, was it a couple of 120 or 200,000, whatever it was. And during that time, not one vote for Trump. I mean, impossible.
That's in 2 states. It was in Michigan and it was in Wisconsin, 128,000 exactly in both states. Yeah, that's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it?
Yep, exactly.
Mate, this is a trap. They cheat, they lie, they'll do anything to get Donald Trump out. They'll do anything they can, man. Lie, deceive, cheat. They'll just do anything they possibly can to get him out. So you never know, man. It's not over until the fat lady sings. So hopefully, you never know. Things could be on our side. You never know. I mean, I don't know. Yep. I don't know what Hootie thinks, whether it's achieving a chance, but I mean, I guess we'll wait and see.
I think Trump will win, but it's going to be a couple weeks till they sort it all out. Yeah. Well, here's another.
Be an absolute meltdown. If he wins, there is going to be riots in the streets. They just won't believe that they lost. They won't believe they lost, and it's just going to be absolute mayhem on the streets. Mayhem.
And here's another interesting spin on the whole conversation. So, are you guys familiar with Epstein?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Epstein, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so proven child molester, all this stuff. It's just a terrible thing that happened, right? Epstein went to prison. Well, now it's been proven that Epstein took all these celebrities to his private island, right? Well, guess who all of those Hollywood celebrities are voting for and promoting? Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you, why would you vote for Joe Biden? You know why they're promoting Joe Biden? Because they don't want to go to prison. We have the facts. All these Hollywood movie maker people should be in prison. So they're voting for Biden because they don't want to go to prison. Same thing, a bunch of sports stars and all this stuff.
Yeah, just bloody corrupt. Jason, we're just talking about the Bagara. How much do you pay for yours?
Over here, I think it was about almost $2,000, $1,950 at the time, $1,950, but that's Australian. But I don't think they're that anymore. I got a good deal before the price rises went up. So yeah, about $1,950, I think it was. I think the closest, one of the other gun shops, was about $2,350. So not far off $2,500. So I don't know what happened, but I went straight to the other shop and picked it up for $1,950. I just shot it today, actually. I was pretty surprised at 300 Win Mag, even though I got the break on it. It wasn't even bad at all. I was expecting a bit more, to be honest. So,
yeah, what about compared to my rum?
I can't remember even that one. I can't even remember. I can't even remember what that felt like, with the break on it. But yeah, man, it's going all right. It's pretty cool down here too. Is it hot up there? Because, mate, it's really chilled up tonight, actually. So it's I can't wait to sort of been up all morning since 4 o'clock, man. Can't wait to get into the swag and have a sleep until the morning. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's pretty hot up here. That's for sure. It's really hot up here.
Anyway, before I let you go, how's it going? The numbers, are we still kicking ass, or what's happening there?
132. Yeah, it's going all right. Yeah, better than average.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Anything over 100 is good.
Yeah.
It beats
All right. Well,
yeah.
I was gonna say I'll leave you to it. You guys can chat without me, and I'm sure they don't want to listen to me. They can listen to me next week. They want to listen to our international guests, so that's what they want to listen to.
For sure. Well, cheers for that, dude, and I'll talk to you when you get back next week.
All right, guys. Thanks. See you, Hootie. See you all, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.
Catch you, man. Oh, gee, didn't expect them to get good reception down there.
I'm jealous. I wish I was out hunting. I got to work today.
Yeah, I've got next chance I get will be Christmas time before I can get out. I'm that busy with work.
It's deer season here, so that deer behind me, that's a whitetail deer. That's all we have in Tennessee as far as big game.
Yeah.
Right now it's bow hunting season, and then actually I think muzzleloader season just opened. We can't hunt deer with rifles until about 2 more weeks or so, 3 weeks.
Yeah, can you explain your hunting over there? Because our deer hunting here is all year round. You can just drop as many as you want because they regard as a pest introduced species. So it's just open slather. I know got guys who go out, I'll shoot 5, 6 deer in a night and just walk away, not even eat them. And then they'll do the same the following week. It's just like over here, they're just regarded as a pest.
Man, I wish we could do that. But when you hunt deer, so deer, all the big game species are regulated. Like to go shoot a deer, I got to buy a deer hunting license, which is like $60 or something like that. But there are bag limits. You can only shoot so many depending on what state you live in. Where I live in Tennessee, bow season starts in September. So from September through part of October, you can only use a bow and arrow. And they do that because if everybody started going out with guns, it would scare all the deer away, and then the people wouldn't be able to get close with their bows. So there's like a month of bow hunting. Then there's a month of muzzleloader hunting, or black powder rifles. Same thing. They give them the chance before all the rifles that can shoot 1,000 yards get out in the woods. And then come November, you can shoot them with whatever you want. And in Tennessee, I'm allowed, where I live, there are different sections of Tennessee, but where I live, we can shoot 3 white-tailed does a day, but we're only allowed 2 bucks per year.
Yep.
And that's the whole thing of the trophy, right? Is you want the antlers. The deer, they drop their antlers in March or normally April. So if you see a buck in the summertime, a male one, it's not going to have any antlers. So why would you shoot it, when it doesn't have the big antlers on it?
Yeah. Jeez, yeah, that's interesting. And so I have heard it before. Lick says in Tennessee, do you have to hunt with the straight wall cartridges, or where you can shoot whatever you want? Is there a minimum caliber?
So there's like 3 questions in there. So the straight wall cartridges, there are some states that require that. A lot of states you can't use a centerfire rifle, period, but you can use a shotgun or a muzzleloader. Then there's some states that allow only straight wall cartridges, which is the most common ones are 350 Legend, 450 Bushmaster, 4570, or pistol calibers like 357 mag, 44 mag. But Tennessee, you can hunt with whatever you want to, with a couple exceptions. For centerfire rifles, it has to be at least a 22 caliber and a centerfire. So you can't hunt a deer with a rimfire 22, but you can with a 22 250 or a 223.
Yep. And when you say you go hunting, where are you hunting? Is it like over here? Like we can't hunt on public land in Queensland where I am. Down in New South Wales, you can, but you got to get a license. It's pretty heavily regulated. But like here in Queensland, we can't. We can only hunt on private properties. So where do you guys actually go hunting? Is it because you always hear that you can go you just go out to the forest and hunt? Is that
Yeah,
right? Or
it's not that simple. It depends where you live. So there is state-owned land. I used to hunt a lot on state land. The closest state property to where I live now is about an hour away. Um, but and I used to shoot a lot of deer there, but I haven't hunted there in a long time because um, the city close to it got turned into a big city, and there would be like random children and old ladies just walking through the woods in deer season, and I'm like, I've been sitting here for 3 hours waiting for the deer to come by, and the 70-year-old woman is walking her dog through the woods, and like, there goes my whole hunt. You just scared all the deer away with your dog. So I quit hunting that property because too many people moved close to it. But outside of that, you can hunt anywhere if you have permission. Like I know 3 people, like 2 or 3 people that have own private land that say, yeah, you can come shoot on my land. If you own your own land, you don't have to buy a license. So I used to have about 10 acres. I sold it last year, but I could just go in my backyard and shoot deer for free at no cost.
yeah, and getting onto that. So like we can't do it here, but you can just go. Is there any size limit of your land you can just start shooting on? Like,
No,
yeah,
the only law is like it depends on where you are. So, like the city where I live, you can't shoot a gun inside the city limits.
what do they
But
call city limits? That's something I get asked a bit because I don't know either.
I mean, it's whatever they define is the city limits. So you're driving down the highway, and there'll be a sign on the side of the road. You are now inside the city limits.
Yep. And then what is it then outside? Is it normally sort of farmland?
Yeah, pretty
Uh,
much. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, where
That's,
I live is pretty rural. Like even inside the city limits, there's farmland. But
yeah.
for the most
So
part, if you're inside the city limits, it's somewhere where there's buildings and houses, anyways, where you wouldn't be shooting a gun.
yeah, man, it'd be beautiful. But normally they ask you got to be on full rural over here and have 40 acres minimum before you can start shooting anything. So
Yeah,
and
no,
that
there's nothing like that. Like I was saying, I own 10 acres, and we shoot there all the time.
when I lived in New Zealand, grew up there, we could pretty much do the same as that. We'd have the AR-15s out, just blatting in on 10 acres when we were younger. And yeah, the only thing they really regulated over there was pistols.
Yeah.
So yeah, then came to Australia and yeah, didn't realise I had gun bans over here. So I wondered why did I move here?
Oh man.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean and there's no regulations on. Oh, you can shoot a pistol here, but not a rifle. Do whatever you want to. We'll take the
yep.
50 BMG out there and just bang, bang, bang.
Jeez. Okay. Tell everyone how much you pay for 50 BMG rounds.
So I'm trying to think. I bought 200 of them 200 rounds a while back for $400. So like $2 a bullet, loaded and everything, ready to shoot.
Jeez. That is crazy because over here it's, yeah, like 30, 40 bucks a shot. In fact, a few of the guys here are 50 cal shooters and down in New South Wales. Tell us how much you pay for your factory stuff. That'd be interesting to see. And if you've got any other questions for Adam, write them down and in the comment section and we'll try and answer them.
So
'cause
talking about 50 cal,
Yep.
I live where they make the Barretts.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
literally the Barrett manufacturing facility where they make all the 50 BMGs, the MRADs, all those rifles. It's like 20 minutes from here in the town where I grew up.
So So, can you go there and have a tour and all that, and look at the factory? And
No, you can't. They won't let you in for a tour or anything. But they do have a store, like a civilian store, and that's actually where I buy almost all of my ammo. So, like right out front of the manufacturing facility, there's a gun store, or they have a lot of Barretts for sale that you can buy, and tons
are
of
they cheap?
ammo.
Are they cheaper to buy from their store than anyone else?
No, it's actually more expensive. It's like the most expensive store in town. So when I bought my Barrett 50 BMG, I went there and kind of, what's the best deal? I have an M99 50 BMG with like a 32-inch barrel on it or something. What's the best deal you'll give me? Their price was way higher than what I could buy it from my gun store. And my gun store, that rifle got shipped from here, like up to Michigan, and then shipped back to my gun store for a lot less than they would sell it to me right here where they made it.
Yep.
But,
Jeez. And here's a question. Barrett 50 cal is a nice hunting gun. Have you hunted anything with your 50 cal?
I have. I
Is there
actually have
anything-
a couple videos on my channel where I went deer hunting after whitetail with the 50, but every time I've taken it out, I haven't got anything. But stay tuned, because I have a couple people who have told me this deer season they have tons of deer on their farm, and it's bring the 50, we'll get you a deer with your 50. So I almost have a guarantee that we're going to shoot a deer on film with the 50 this year.
I'd love to see the carnage of that one.
Hopefully you will. I'll send you the video.
Well, it will only be, you won't have to take the head. It'll just fall off, wouldn't it?
Nah. And I'm also planning on going hog hunting with it too. So that video should be out before the end of the year, probably.
Yeah, that's my dream, to come over and do some hog hunting with some semi-autos again. Something I've always wanted to do.
I've never done it, but I
Yeah.
plan to.
Yeah, we got a lot of pigs out here in Queensland. Just every property I go to, they just aren't there. It's only other pests and that we get to shoot. So like some of them are inundated. Like the last time I went out, it was got 450 pests in 2 nights, just driving around.
Wow.
And probably saw 3 times as more while we're driving down the driveway, which was 10 kilometers long the next morning. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. Some of the stations you can go on here are just massive, like literally the size of Texas. Some of the Australia's a big country, dude. A lot of people don't realize it's huge. Yeah, like it's just unbelievable. Some of the farms out there, millions and millions of acres. And so one thing, you're mates with Edward from his show, from the YouTube channel. He goes and shoots out in the desert. So out where he is, can you just go out and no permit, just go out like there and shoot?
I honestly have no idea because I've never been there, but I'm assuming he's just going out so far in the middle of nowhere that it doesn't matter. But I'm honestly not sure.
Yeah, it's unreal. The stuff he's got, absolutely unreal. So here's something that's very, very controversial in this country: self-defense. We can't have self-defense here. It's against the law for ourselves to defend our lives. We're not allowed to defend our lives. We're one of the only countries in the world where the victim becomes the criminal, and it happens time and time again. So there is instances like if they have a pen, like we can only defend ourselves with the same sort of pen, sort of thing. They got a knife, our knife can't be bigger, and that's sort of garbage over here. No, forget about using a gun to defend yourself. Forget about that. You'll go straight to jail pretty much. So what is it over there, and what are the restrictions? What's the sort of formalities of self-defense? What are the rules? Is there a set of rules you have to follow?
So
before you?
it's It's kind of similar to hunting, where each state has its own laws on what you can and can't do. And the easiest way to put it is any state that voted for Biden, they probably have terrible gun laws. But in Tennessee, where I live, um, for example, if someone breaks into your home, they're leaving in a body bag. So if someone breaks into my home, they don't have permission to be there. No questions asked. Shoot them, then call the police.
Yeah.
You will not go to prison. Well, you can still go to prison, and lawyers and all that jazz. But if someone breaks in your house, you have the right to protect yourself and your family at all costs.
Even if they're unarmed with.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Hey man, you're robbing me. Can I ask you what type of weapon do you have so I know what I can defend myself with? No. I see somebody in my house, bang. You don't ask them.
Jeez, yeah, lucky over here. No, we have to ask them. We've got to make sure how big their knife is so we don't get in trouble.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. So, and concealed carry. Obviously, you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is not a second in my life where I don't have a gun on me. We don't have to conceal it. Most of the time, I have a 45 on me, 45 ACP. And on my belt, I carry outside the waistband. But most of the time, I'll have my shirt untucked or whatever, so you still can't see that I got it. But we don't have to conceal it. Some states you don't have to have a permit or a license to carry a handgun. Some states you do. I have a Tennessee carry permit where I can carry wherever.
How much does that cost you?
$200 for a lifetime. You don't have to renew it.
Oh, geez, that's good. So no jumping through hoops every year.
No.
And what's the process of getting it? Just as long as you're not a criminal, you got it?
You got to apply at the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles. It's the same place where you get your driver's license. You go fill out a form, and they do the background check on you, whatever, make sure you're not a felon, and they mail you a card just like a driver's license.
Yeah. And is there a limit on what you can carry? How many can you have 4 or 5 guns on you, or your AR-15 if you wanted, or a rifle?
Whatever.
Sweet. Do you ever see people walking down the street with a rifle?
Not very often, but it's not against the law. You could walk through the grocery store with a AR-15 if you want to.
Jeez. People even get their licenses taken off them over here if they can make out a gun bag lying on the back seat of a car. All legal guns, but if they can see a gun bag, that's why you got to carry a blanket and cover your gun bag up when you go to the range. That's how bad it is. So that's unreal. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a few freedoms, that's for sure. That's for sure. So we might as well get into a couple of these questions. We always seem to...
Yeah, I've been seeing tons of questions.
Yeah. Yeah, if you see any you want, just answer, just read them out if you like. Because I always seem to miss everything. There's just hundreds here. So I'll start from the bottom and try and find some up.
Here's one. So C. Henderson says, "What's Hootie's favorite 30 cal cartridge?" People ask me that all the time. A similar question: what's your favorite deer hunting round? I almost always tell people 308. Reason being, 308 is a military cartridge. There's tons of ammo. Well, at least there used to be until the election. But if I didn't make YouTube videos and need to have tons of different calibers for sake of keeping videos interesting, I would probably just have a 308. Largely in part because the ammo is a lot cheaper. We can get steel cased ammo for super cheap, like 40 cents a bullet, factory ammo for steel case. So you could go out to the range and shoot 100 rounds of 308 and it's not going to cost you a whole lot of money.
Yep, that's all right.
And even the factory 308, like quality hunting ammo, is not that expensive. Like I just shot a fallow deer, big fallow deer, like 2 weeks ago. I put a video up on that. I shot it with some Norma. Norma's some of the best ammo that we can get. And that particular Norma ammo, it's Norma Bond Strike. At 100 yards, I can put them all in the same hole. So I took that ammo, that 308 ammo deer hunting, because I'm super confident that where I pull the trigger at, that's where I'm going to hit the deer. You know what I'm saying? But across the board, my favorite 30 cal is probably 308, largely in part because the ammo is cheaper.
Yeah, I like 308. It's I use it for one of my target rounds for long range, 155 grain, and I'm smacking up to groups that big at a kilometre.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty. Yeah, I do like 308. Good all round. But last week I did say that the best hunting round ever is in the world is the 3006.
Yeah, I watched that video.
Yeah, definitely the best. Here we go. Is the one from Hog Hunter. Love that pistol bolt action you got. Hootie, can't wait to see what distance you get with it. All scoped up. Yeah, that is a slick rifle. It
So
really is.
that's a Remington 100 CP in 308. I did the chronograph numbers with that 12.5-inch barrel. It's not that much slower than a full length 22, 24-inch barrel. So I chronographed it because I wanted to know if we could make it 1,000 yards, and it's going to do it. Within the next 2 weeks, I'm going to try to film that at 1,000 yards. And it's going to be silly. No stock, no brace, just pistol 1,000 yards.
Yeah. Well, after seeing that video, I'm going to look around and see if we can get those over here. Yeah, it's just amazing. That was unbelievable gun. Stan does ask, what 308s are you using? Apart from that pistol, of course.
So I'm trying to think. I got 4 right now, I believe. There's that pistol 308 we're just talking about, which is a Remington 700 that has a 12.5-inch barrel. Then I've got a Ruger American, just a standard bolt action 22-inch barrel. Then I've got there's only 3, I guess, not 4. CMMG, which is a semi-auto AR-10.
Seen that one.
That's got a 24-inch barrel. That's what I took my fallow deer with.
Yep.
That one, we've done videos shooting at 1,000 yards, piece of cake.
And you've got to remember, you've got to chamber it properly before you shoot the deer.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't run away that time.
Yeah.
Just stood there looking at you.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. Is he been wondering when will you do a 22-250 versus steel review?
Already did it.
Yeah.
Did it. That's one of the first things we did when I bought the 22-250 was put it on some steel and just burned a bunch of holes through it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fast
4,000. I've got some rounds that are going 4,200 feet per second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go right through some steel. Clean holes.
Yeah, it is fast. And mate actually custom built a Hauer 2250, and he did it so just for that, just for speed, flat and speed. And he's burning up everything in his way. It's pretty good gun.
Yep.
And
the 22-250 I've shot at 1,000 yards too. Did a video on that.
How accurate was it?
At 700 yards, we could get about like that at 700. But once we went to 1,000, it was just losing so much gas. I think I had to shoot like maybe 15 rounds before I actually hit a piece of steel, man-sized silhouette.
What about spin drift in that? And was it a wavering off sideways?
I think it was about 1 mil for windage, I believe.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, because with 308 compared to the 6.5 at a kilometre for me, it's Creed. Oh, so yeah, the Creedmoor. The Creedmoor is half the holdover than what a
Yeah,
308 is by a long way. So it's about half a metre. About half a metre at a kilometre I hold over, and at 308 at least 1 to 1.5 metres
yeah.
I've got to hold over.
But I
But
knew nothing about that until not that long ago. I guess it's about a year. The first time I tried 1,000 yards, but I got some friends in Alabama. They do YouTube, Alabama Arsenal channel, um, and they kind of gave me the quick rundown on here's how you shoot long range. I had no idea what spin drift was or all that. Had to learn.
it's but still a buzz to me. Every time I get hit steel, it's always a buzz.
Oh yeah,
It just does not get old, no matter what. It doesn't get old.
no. Well, at
Uh,
like 1,000 yards, which is pretty much close to the same as 1,000 meters, you shoot, and then you see the bullet hit it like 2 seconds later, and then 2 seconds later you hear the sound, ping.
yep.
That's just cool.
Yeah, I've got a few long range videos on my channel, Shooting Steel, and even my hunting 3006, the Browning Hells Canyon. And I always stick a GoPro down by the steel,
Yeah,
and you can definitely hear the little pop in the background, and then the ding, and it's a pretty amazing. Just never gets old to me. So I just can't wait. I've built that 6.5 PRC. Just can't
yeah.
wait to get that up and running. I'm having a few issues with it right now, but
That's one I don't have, but I want to get. Same thing with
yeah,
300 PRC, both of those.
I recommend getting a factory one. Don't build one. Trust me. The problems I've had and the amount of money I've spent on ammo, and
Mm.
just to get it, the bullets just vaporize coming out of it. So it just spins right apart. Here's JR. Um, Hey Hootie, I get 3,175 feet per second with my 26-inch 308 and 3,025 with my 20-inch 308. Same ammo. Now that's going pretty good for a 308. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I think my Ruger Precision is going about 27, just under 27 with 155s in a 20-inch barrel.
yeah. So I had never chronographed 308 um, until recently, playing with the barrel lengths, or whatever. But yeah, once you get to 20, 22 inches, past that, you're not gaining a whole lot. So I
No.
was surprised that the 24-inch, it's close to, depends on the bullet and all that, of course, but after 20 inches, you're only getting like 100 feet per second per inch. And that only goes so far to like 26 inches tops.
Yeah, I'm getting. I've got to keep the PRC under 3,000, otherwise just spin apart, and that's out of a 27-inch barrel.
20.
So
Oh, I said 100 per inch. That's not right. It's
it's about
much less.
400 feet. I thought it's 40 feet per inch
Yeah, yeah,
after 20 inches or
yeah,
26. I can't remember. I've got it written down somewhere. But yeah, I'm still learning. You never stop learning long range, that's for sure. And it's the quickest way to get poor, that's
yeah.
for
And
sure.
I don't get real nerdy into the numbers. I sling some bullets in that sucker and we just start to banging and see where the bullet's hitting.
Well, that's pretty much what I did when I got 2 shots on target at 1 mile with my 300 rum, and that
Yeah,
was the biggest buzz of my entire life.
yeah.
Getting that, yeah, that was the biggest buzz.
And
Uh,
how I do it, there's a website called like shootingcalculator.com. I get the chronograph speed, which I just read off the box. Like this is 300 Win or 338 Win Mag I just bought. I'll read 225 grain. It says 2,800 feet per second. I'll just type that into the website, and then it'll tell you, at 100 yards. I zero everything at 100 yards, but then it'll tell you, 400 yards, dial your scope for this many mils or MOA, whatever your scope is. At 1,000 yards, dial it for 8 mils, whatever, and then that's it.
Yep.
It's a lot more simpler than people assume it is who don't know anything about it.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm using that Stretlock Pro app on the phone. I find that
I've
very good.
never used that one. Do you have to pay for that one?
Yeah, I think it's $15 for life, and you can download as many times as you want.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and it is pretty good. It's got every single scope known to man and reticle in it as well. So it shows your reticle on your scope, so you can see exactly what you're going to see in the holdovers at every distance. I'm pretty impressed with it. For $15, it'll be cheaper over there because everything's dearer here.
Maybe. And that when you're shooting like 1,000 yards, you still got to have a good trigger pull, but it's a lot easier than people think. Like my 7mm Remington Magnum, I got for $200, brand new. I literally bought that rifle because I wanted to show people you can go buy a piece of junk rifle for $200 and have a rifle that shoots 1,000 yards. And I did it. The video's up. I think the video's called like $200 sniper rifle or something. But yeah, here's this piece of junk rifle, 1,000 yard, bang, piece of cake.
Yeah, my goal is to use my 22 at 1,000 yards.
Which 22?
My Ruger Precision.
Like 22 what? 22 long rifle?
Yeah. That's my goal.
I've seen people do it. I don't know I haven't read into the details of it, but I've seen people do it.
The closest I've got is 500 meters is all I've got with it. And that's spasmodically. It's not like a proper group the size of a car.
You have to have a good spotter or good scope.
The problem is half the time I go out by myself.
But you're not going to hear that hit the steel.
No, you don't see anything. You can't even see the splash on the ground. When it hits the steel, you don't really even get a splash. But 500 is as long as I ever shot it. And it's not the best, that's for sure. Well, Mick here asked, and thank you for the $5 super chat. What haven't you shot, Hootie, that is still on your bucket list?
I don't really have one, which is a weird answer, but
The Lithgow.
I've shot a lot of guns. I don't know. I don't really have one.
And you can have so many. Yeah, I definitely think you need to find a Lithgow Australian-made bolt action. I know they sell them over there.
I had never even heard of that until your most recent video. I looked it up.
So we got. I know they sell the Woomera over there, the long-range one. I've got a video on that as well that you can see. That's an awesome rifle. A lot of guys here in the chat they run the Woomera for long-range shooting with the 6.5 or the 308. So it's it's not bad at all. So have you done anything with the 700 Nitro?
No. And that's one of those comments that makes me want to just throw my computer. People say, you need to shoot a 700 Nitro, or I think there's something like a 950 Nitro. I'm like, okay, first of all, have you ever even seen one of those? Because I haven't. But apparently there's a couple videos on the internet where people do it. I literally get that comment every day. It'll be a video on 22 rimfire. You should have used the 700 Nitro. And I'm like, you can't even buy those. And if you could, they cost like $50,000. So
and a lot. The biggest I've shot is the Jeffrey 500 Jeffrey, and after 3 shots, you just had enough.
Yeah,
that's enough.
Well, the biggest one that I own, the biggest one I've shot. It's 50 BMG, but I could shoot that all day.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Well, the size of that muzzle brake.
Yeah, it depends on the rifle for sure. Some of them are, not that good. But
have you shot the semi-auto Barrett 50
no.
cal?
I have Not a lot, but I have, yeah.
What's the difference with recoil and basically being more like comfortable compared to that in the semi-auto, the bolt and semi? Is there a big difference in
So
comfort?
I've shot the bolt action a whole lot, my Barrett bolt action, but
Yep.
I mean it's less with the semi-auto, but not too terribly less. I mean,
Yep. Yeah, no, I
my
can't.
wife has shot my Barrett bolt action. That's in a video too.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
it's not that bad. I mean, anybody could shoot it.
Yep. Yep. Okay, Chris, question for both yous. Was for both of you is your dream gun to have or shoot? Well, what's our dream gun to have or shoot? Mine is I would just love to own an M4, but that'll never happen.
Maybe someday.
Not in this country. I've got to come over to your neck of the woods to shoot it.
Um, so there's I'm going to answer that a couple different ways, Chris. So my dream carry gun that I would like to have and carry around on my hip every day is an um, FNX 45. It holds 16 rounds of 45. Very, very nice shooting 45. I've borrowed one for videos, but I don't own one. They cost about $1,000. But the FNX 45, that's what I'd like to have to carry. Right now, I carry a Glock 21, which is a 45, and I've got a Springfield XD 10 millimeter to carry too. Same thing, full size. But two others that I don't own that I want to own: Smith & Wesson 500 mag. I've done videos on them, but I don't own one. That's a big revolver, you know.
Yeah,
And then the Magnum Research Desert Eagle. I've done tons of videos on that, but I don't actually own one.
I own one.
Those are like 1,500 US here.
Yeah, I paid just over about 2.5 grand for it here, but 44 Magnum I got,
Yeah,
and
$40.
it's broken, so I've
Oh
got to get it
no!
fixed. Yeah, the bolt actually fell apart, and bits fell out, and I lost it. And
Whoa!
yeah, just shooting a silhouette contest. They're not really accurate, but they're so much fun. And the fireball, when you shoot nighttime contests, is just amazing. It
Oh
really
yeah.
is, especially mag dumping. It's just great because here in Queensland we can't have the 50 cal version because 50 cal is banned where I live. But
So my buddy at the gun shop, he has one in 50 AE, and that one is accurate. I mean, 50 yards, you can hit like that all day.
I can't.
You just got to really be focused on that trigger pull.
Yeah, it's true. My Taurus 44 Magnum, the 8-inch barrel
Yeah,
one, I can pop targets at 200 meters
yeah.
all day, not a problem. And everyone rags on the Tauruses, but
I love Taurus.
I have no problems with mine. It's just an absolute workhorse. I just wish I
And
could take it hunting.
over here, Taurus is pretty much the best bang for your buck. Like, they're cheap and they run good. A lot of people over here talk trash about Taurus, that they're inferior, but it's just because they're cheaper. Just because they're cheaper doesn't mean that they're not good or don't run. I have several Tauruses and they're great. I have a 357 mag with a 6-inch barrel, and I've never even cleaned it. I've owned it 10 years, never cleaned it once. Hundreds of rounds, still works perfect.
Yeah, no, I do like them. I don't. Yeah, I absolutely love them here. The Tauruses. I have a Ruger. Oh, shit, was it GP 100
Oh yeah, those are
and
nice.
6-inch, and I picked it up for $400 secondhand because
What?
The guy was leaving. I was at the range, and a guy was leaving the state to fly, going to work in the mines, and he couldn't take his guns with him. And it was like the last day, and he was trying to sell it at the range. And I said, "I'll give you $400 cash for it right now." He goes, "You sold." So I did. I was in
Wow.
the first time, only time ever. I was in the right place at the right time.
That's a steal.
Yeah, all stainless steel, highly polished. It was nice, and that is just an absolute tack driver. That thing. I just use
Is
my cast bullets, not a problem.
is that in 357?
Yeah, yep. I wouldn't mind getting the 22 LR1 version of it that holds 10 rounds.
Yeah,
I reckon that'd be pretty cool.
I've seen those. They're nice.
My favourite handgun is I got a Navy SEALs P226. And it's the first
I,
handgun I brought. Cost me $3,500.
is that a SIG?
Yeah, Sig Sauer,
Yeah.
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 And the thing that's like all coated inside to take like seawater and everything, and every spring and that is coated, and oh man, I've literally put thousands through it, and it's still a tack driver.
Yep.
That's my main IPSC gun, and
Yep.
I love the P320s. I bought one of those as soon as they came out over here.
Yeah. Those are good too. Those are pretty popular for people to carry, the 320s.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Okay, Mickey took my nephew to buy his first air gun yesterday for his 5th birthday. Can't get the smile off his face. Priceless. That is awesome, Mick. I don't know if Mick's over here because kids aren't allowed to shoot guns over here by law, even though they do. So that is awesome. There's nothing better than seeing a young fella out there shooting. And yeah, you go to the range and you see the young kids there with their parents, and they're allowed to have a bit of a shot if they're over 12 years old at the range. And they're just so well mannered, so polite, so courteous to everyone. Not like the normal, the kids who just run amok on the streets. They're just a totally different breed of kid. Just really courteous and really, really good kids.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
mine always want to go hunting with me and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah, that'd be good for the day they can. That'd be awesome.
my boy who's 4, he actually said the fallow deer I just shot a couple weeks ago, I'm getting it mounted from the shoulder up, just like that one right there.
Yep.
And he said he wants that hanging up in his bedroom. I said that's fine. We'll hang it up in your room. So he's all about it.
Sweet. And here's Peter. I'm a handgunner and still can't love a 1911. Shame on you, Peter.
I like a 1911, but I'll give you my opinion. That's for old fogies. Like here, normally it's the old guys who like 1911s. I like a 1911, but it holds less rounds. It's hard to take apart compared to a lot of semi-autos.
That's
So
the only gripe I got about cleaning it. Yeah, I
yeah,
love my 1911. I really do. But
yeah,
Peter's about the same age as me, an old guy, and he doesn't like them.
yeah. That's what I say. 1911s are for old guys. They're cool
Yeah,
though. I like them.
I got a Remington R1.
Those are good. I just shot one. A friend of mine, he's got one. They're good.
Yeah,
Remington.
yep, they're a bit yeah, they're real tight because the match barrels, everything. They're really hard to get to get it apart. I find.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get it titanium gold chromed.
The whole thing?
So, yeah, the whole thing, pure bling, pure bling.
I'd be afraid to touch it. I would always be cleaning it.
Apparently, with this titanium gold, it's pretty easy to clean up. It's what it's what I'll be doing.
There was a question I just saw. Aussie Capitalist says hammer or striker. I would pick hammer. Hammer fired.
Yeah, why is that?
Mainly because most people that I see have striker fired, and I like to be different and weird. And I mean the whole ability you can, you know,
So
let the hammer down, whatever. Can't do that with a striker.
you're not a Glock fan then?
No, I carry one, but that's just because that's what I have.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not into the old Glocks at all.
Nah.
Never been for me. I find that too. they don't fit right in my hand because I got big hands. They just don't feel right to me in my hand.
Yeah,
It's
I
just,
mean, I could shoot anything, but I just like to be weird. I don't want to have the same gun that millions of other people have. I don't know.
yeah, I do tend to agree with that. Yeah. Here's something. Um, Jake, what about Marlon going to Ruger? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't have any. I'm kind of weird like that. I don't care who makes it. If it shoots bullets, it's all right with me.
Yeah, that's pretty big news over here. The old Remington going under and that. Is it?
I mean, I don't really follow any of that. To tell you the truth, uh,
Yeah,
I never watch TV. The only time I turn the internet on is to upload videos, and I
yeah,
watch YouTube here and there. But yeah, I don't even watch any of that stuff.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty big here because yeah, we're pretty limited on the sort of guns, the amount of guns we have, and everyone's wondering what. Is it more guns that we can't have here if they go under? That's what they're mainly worried about over here.
Yeah,
Uh,
I see
do
that.
you do you have any lever actions? Winchester lever actions?
Yep.
Like 30-30 of
Two.
you?
Yeah. I did a video last week on lever actions, blowing up blocks of clay, and that I've got in that video I got two Winchester Model 94s. One is a 30-30, and one is a 32 Winchester Special. Um, so those are two Winchester lever actions. The other one is the 45-70, which mine's a Marlin.
Yep. And well, a lot of people don't. I don't know if a lot of people know that you actually every day you put out a video, or
Yeah,
basically every single day. So
yeah,
the amount of work, because half the time we're chatting and you're up all night
yeah.
editing while we're talking, and yeah, unbelievable. So uh, you tell people what goes into it to make so many videos. How do you come up with the ideas? That's something I just can't imagine. The ideas of
Oh yeah, yeah.
how
It's
to
nuts.
make.
So the whole idea of making YouTube videos is to make money. Like if I didn't make any money off of it, I wouldn't do it. I would spend time with my family and I would sleep and I would just go shoot guns for fun. But literally, one day a week, all day I film all day, and then all throughout the week I'm up all night editing the videos. So it's tons of work. I
Yeah,
probably work 50 hours a week on YouTube videos.
yep, yes, it's unreal. I spend a lot of time on this channel as well, and yeah, like you get the same comments as what I get. We talked about this before about
Yeah.
people carrying on about the money and are you getting paid and are you getting free
Oh,
this, free that? How much money do you make? Oh, why should I sign up to your Patreon? Why should I do that? And it's like, well, Jesus, you're
yeah.
getting free entertainment every day.
I I
And
literally
you
have nobody paying me, not a single person.
yep,
And that's like you said, that's one thing that will just drive me nuts. Oh, it must be nice to be rich. Uh, I don't even have the money to buy my stuff with cash, okay? I put most of it on credit cards. And then
yep,
people it'll cost me, $2,000 to make a video and then I'll make $50 on that video. So I'm like way in the hole. Must be nice to be rich. And well, you can pay off my credit card bill if you want to, buddy, but I paid for that. I didn't even
yeah.
have the money to pay for that.
Well, that's another thing we talk about all this analytics stuff, and because it drives me nuts. And like I'm averaging, I don't know if I've told all you guys this, but I average per video. I get about $1.70 is the average I make on a video, $1.70. So
Yeah,
that's pretty much what I make each week. So I make absolutely nothing off the YouTube. And
yeah,
my Patreon, I get 200. It came through today. I got $200 from Patreon. And each video, because everything costs so much here, a review video takes me all day at the farm to film, and an entire day, a good 8 to 9 hours to actually edit it. And that works out to about $700-800 to make a video,
Yeah.
an easy video, and I'd make $1.70 off it. And you get people out there abusing you, saying about Patreon and asking for money. It's just like, geez, you just need a little bit of help sometimes to make this free entertainment for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
And I'm doing it, a video every single day. I mean, the ammo cost alone is just horrendous.
Yeah, you're an absolute legend when it comes to that. I just can't. Yeah, I couldn't fathom that. I really couldn't. I find it hard enough putting out 1 to 2 videos a week, and then the live stream. It's just, it's unbelievable. It really is. You're an absolute legend for the amount of content you put out there, and it's good content, good, fun, enjoyable content. It's and always
I don't know
upbeat.
about that, but I try to.
And okay, here's Harp. Thank you for your $5 contribution. It's awesome. Have you shot the Ruger 5.7?
I have not. That's a pistol. It's a
Yeah.
handgun that shoots a 5.7 round. I have not. I do have a 5.7 AR-15 with a short barrel. I think it's a 8-inch barrel, maybe. Yeah, 8-inch barrel AR that shoots 5.7. That's a CMMG.
Nice.
But I haven't shot the handgun. No.
Yeah. Yeah, they're over. The Ruger's over here, but you can't get ammo.
Yeah, 5.7 ammo right now here. You can't get it.
Yeah.
Everybody's sold out.
And your 9mm really expensive, isn't it? Right now.
Yeah.
So we're hearing.
Before this whole coronavirus and election garbage, I could go to any store. I could go to Walmart. I could go to any gun shop, pay $9 for 50 rounds of brass, 9mm factory ammo. $9 for 50 rounds. I was at the gun shop the other day. For a Full Metal Jacket, they're wanting close to $30 now for 50 rounds. The steel case garbage ammo is $20 for 50 rounds, which may still sound cheap, but that's so expensive.
Jeez, yeah, that's Australian prices.
It's high now.
Yeah, it's unreal. And there's you can't shop around. It's all about that price, is it?
Yeah. I mean, you're just lucky to find somebody that has some in stock.
Yeah. Jeez, that's unreal. And here we go, Aussie Battler. I thought YouTube demonetized hunting and gun videos. Well, they demonetized a lot of mine, and they also shut my channel down. So that's why I got the new channel. Double whammy.
Yeah. So I'll tell you my spiel on that. Most people that are making gun videos on YouTube are corrupt, and they're people you don't want to be around with. So they're lying to you, telling you their videos aren't monetized just so you'll go pay them on Patreon and buy their shirts and stuff like that. Literally, I know most of the gun tubers on YouTube. I've met almost all of them. Most of them are crooked people with bad character out to get your money. But I will say it is a pain. Most of my videos are monetized. YouTube will randomly turn the money off, but almost all of mine are monetized and making money, whether it's shooting or hunting or whatever. Like I said, if I wasn't making any money on the videos, I wouldn't be posting them. And it's not when I do make money, like you were saying, it's not a whole lot of money. It's still really small. But if somebody's making gun videos and they're saying, oh, it's completely demonetized, they either really don't know what they're doing or they're just lying to your face.
Yeah, because they don't actually fully turn the money off. They just drip feed. It's demonetized. It's just sort of drip fed in. It's like you get the odd little offering on the video. So it's not fully demonetized. Have you got millions of views some of these guys get? They'll still be making something out of a demonetized video.
Yeah, the larger ones, some of them are making $40,000, $50,000 a month just on ad revenue. And then they're turning around and telling people like you and me who work hard for a living at a real job, they're begging people, pay me on Patreon. And I'm like, you're making $50,000 a month off your videos and you're begging me for money and you're going and buying new cars. Like, I drive an old busty car. I'm not going to give you money. You're crazy, man.
Yeah, it's unreal. Well, you know what really gets me are these people bullshitting everyone, and it's in your country as well on YouTube. I'm independent. No one helps me. Well, that's bullshit because I'm dealing with companies that these people saying who they're independent are dealing with the same company, and like
Yep.
they just tell me,
Yep.
they tell me the deals they have, and they offer me the same deal. I was offered the same deal the other day with a torch company to said we'll give you the same deal as the other guy. What we pay him, we'll pay you. And I just said no. I've got a deal going with a small Australian company. I'm not making any money out of. I help them out, and they're just very nice people. A small local company selling the same sort of selling torches. To me, loyalty is everything.
Yep.
So,
Me too.
yeah, I'm sick of hearing all these people saying I'm independent. I'm independent. Well, no one's independent in this game. Everyone gets help from someone somehow.
And I was talking about how most of the people are crooked. So, Rod Fitzpatrick, I'm not going to answer that question, but like, I want to, but I'm not going to because I hate to name names and throw people under the bus like that. But I'll tell you straight up, most of them are corrupt. If they have over 100,000 subscribers, 90% of them are all garbage, and they won't even talk to you unless you're going to pay them thousands of dollars. They won't even answer you. But it's unfortunate, but it's whatever.
I got the feeling, like I've talked to a few of them. It's like you sort of got to be in a cliquey little club, like the inner circle sort of thing. But there's some really nice ones. But like you you always have taken the time out to talk to me. Tell Flattermouse, he was nice enough to promote my new channel out of the blue. Didn't just said, look, I'll put a plug up for you just because it's not nice what happened. Didn't ask anything for it, which was good. So there is the odd one, but yeah, you always get the feeling you're going to be a part of the cliquey little group.
Well, and there's another thing. So almost all of them too. I told you about that whole Leviathan group thing. So
yeah, that was interesting, man.
It's a business, right? So I'm not going to knock somebody for making money. You know, that's capitalism, whatever. But most of them, what people don't realize, the minimum fee is $5,000. So if one of the popular people that you guys all know, they make it appear like, I just got this gun. Well, the company gave them that gun, and the company paid them $5,000 at least to make that video. So, I mean, say what you want, but yeah, I won't work with most of them. I've had some companies say, you should go work with this guy so-and-so. He's got 1 million subscribers or whatever, and he's a great guy. I'm like, well, I was supposed to, but he won't answer my phone calls because I'm not paying him thousands of dollars, and he's a jerk to me, and the companies can't believe it. Oh, well, he's the nicest guy in the world to me. Well, you're giving him free guns and you're paying him thousands of dollars. Of course, he's going to be nice to you, but to me, he won't give me the time of day. So
yeah, it's unreal because you're not a small channel. You're up there and you're continuously growing. Where I'm just stuck on about 6,000. I can't get any further.
Nah, it'll get up there. I was trying to have my Vegemite video out last night, but YouTube demonetized it. So hopefully that won't be out tomorrow.
I watched that, guys. Please go watch the video. Hopefully tomorrow, because it is absolutely hilarious, especially when you're dry wrenching from the after you shot the Vegemite.
Oh man,
dude! When you come down here and you're staying at my place, you are going to have to eat some Vegemite.
I can't eat it. It just doesn't taste good. I can't eat it.
It's yeah, a lot of people overseas can't handle it. Yeah, but no, it's
Well,
awesome stuff.
I think what somebody told me on my Instagram that I was doing it wrong. Um, yeah, Aussie Hickok 45. He lives like 30 minutes from me. Uh, I'm not even going to go there either. I just hate to talk bad about people. But I was talking about the Vegemite. I was thinking you eat it like peanut butter. I love peanut butter. You put it on thick, eat it. Somebody sent me a message. You don't put it on thick like peanut butter. You just do like a little thin bit of it. Well, I didn't know.
With cheese.
I like
Well,
cheese.
I'm going to have to send some more over to you. I really am. And I'll bring some over with me when I come over. And yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, that's really interesting about the YouTube stuff. A lot of people don't know about all that. Everyone crying poor and that. Yeah, I'm always been open. About what I get. No,
Yeah, me
$200 on
too.
$200 on Patreon, about $1.70, and I actually hit the gold mine the other day. Absolute gold mine with that Lithgow video. I made $9.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest. That's the best video I've ever made money on. $9, and that was after been doing this for 8 years. I've hit the big time.
And that probably didn't even pay for the gas to drive out there.
No, it didn't. So yeah, I'm really am over everyone crying poor, and saying they're independent and no one helps them. Where
Oh yeah,
people are getting helped. It's not
and
nothing wrong with saying that. What's wrong with saying this company helps me? Yeah, they give me a bit of ammo to shoot some guns with to help me out. Nothing wrong
yeah,
with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
absolutely not. But don't tell people that you're poor. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's just crazy. On like they have these shoots over here, right, where it's like YouTubers only.
yeah,
And if you're pretty much any YouTuber, you can get into these shoots and it's just a bunch of YouTubers hanging out. These guys are all pulling in with brand new trucks, lifted all high, driving Hummers and all this stuff. And I'm over here like, I got my pickup that's 25 years old and leaking oil. I prayed that it got here on bald tires. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of funny, but
about yep.
don't tell me you're poor, and beg people for money when you're living high on life better than people. You can't steal from poor people. It just doesn't sit right.
Yeah, everything I got goes into my mortgage and tools to try and because I'm self-employed to try and keep my own business afloat. Which
Yeah.
which is a daily struggle having your own business, that's for sure. But yeah, I agree totally. I just don't know why people do it. I really don't. That's what I said in the beginning. You're one of the only honest, decent guys I've actually one of a
Well,
handful I've ever met in this whole of 8 years in this industry.
it's like I mean it all is pretty simple, right? It's like treat people how you want to be treated.
That's
So
it.
I mean it's simple as that.
And if you bullshit someone or your audience, one day they're going to find out. One day something will be leaked or someone will find out, and you just shot yourself in the foot. You're going to get sprung one day. That's what I don't
Yeah.
get. But yeah, no, it's unbelievable. So, is there any more questions you want to answer before we wrap it all up?
I'm flying through it here.
So many. I'm so sorry, guys, we didn't get to it. It's just, yeah, just it's really interesting talking to someone from a different land, especially about guns. It's yeah. So hopefully we can have you on again if you want to come on again. It'll be
Oh
great.
well, come on anytime you want to.
Well, I know you're up all night.
What are gun channels that your conservative sniper says? What are gun channels that your guests like to watch? Um, I'll tell you the ones that I watch. There's not hardly any. Like I said, there's someone I don't even watch TV. I hardly use the internet except for work. The channels that I watch, there's of course you already watch Shooting Stuff Australia, so you already know. There is Alabama Arsenal. They're good guys, absolutely cool cats. I don't know if you've ever talked to them, but if you haven't, send them a message. Just say, hey, they're good people.
Yeah.
Then there's Heavy Metal Guns and Outdoors. That's mine.
Yep.
I just recently found Jason's channel and watched him blowing up a bunch of rabbits.
Yeah, that's what he's doing this weekend.
I enjoy hunting, so I like those videos.
Yeah. Well, we'll take you hunting when you come down. I've got a couple of big outback stations about 5 hours from my home we can go to. It even has air conditioning little huts to stay in. So you live like a king.
I would do that.
Yeah, so because it gets like 40, 45 degrees out there in summer with mass humidity. That's Celsius.
What's that, like 80 Fahrenheit? 70 something?
No, I think pushing 100 odd.
Is it?
I think so, yeah. About 45 degrees. It gets hotter than that. During the day, it's unbelievable. But the humidity kills you. That's for sure.
Here's another one quick. Can Hootie Hoo tell us what he thinks firearms owners will do if Biden bans ARs? There's millions of ARs in the U.S., and like I was saying earlier, if you didn't catch it, we don't have to register our guns. So, I mean, most gun owners are not going to say, sure, you can have my guns, have it back. People just won't do that.
No. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what actually happens there. As you said, I think Trump's going to win in the end, but man, you just never know, do you? You just don't know with these dirtbags. End of the day, they're all politicians. They're not there. You can't have many morals to be a politician.
Yeah.
And I get asked that all the time. Why don't you become a politician? I said, well, I can't. For starters, I've got morals in life, and I can't stand there and blatantly lie to people's faces.
Well, and most politicians are already very wealthy people. Like, you just can't afford to be a politician unless you're already rich.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. No, yes, it's going to be interesting times. I'm just waiting for the lefties to lose the plot so I could make a video on them all crying and breaking down. That's one of my favorite videos to watch from 2016.
Yep.
It's nothing better than some blue-haired weirdo having a meltdown on their cell phone. It's it always brings a smile to my face. So it's definitely. So we'll start to wrap it up. Is there anything you want to say to everyone before we go? We've been on for an hour and a half, and it must be late over there for you.
It's about 4:00 in the morning. I'm gonna start working. I got work to do.
Jeez.
But I appreciate you having me on. Check out the YouTube channel, Hootie Hoo.
Yes. There's a link in the description to Hootie Hoo channel.
New video every day. Request new stuff. We'll try to do it. Whatever.
Yep, definitely. And sign up, and he's on all the Googles. Of course, on Patreon. If you like his stuff, please go help him out on Patreon. It'll be awesome. And what else? The Instagram and Facebook, and you're on Snapchat as well, aren't you? And all that sort of stuff. Yep. So there's a link to your channel down below, guys. So please go and subscribe to him. One of my favorite channels and one of the nicest guys in the industry on YouTube. Really, he really is. So please go and show him some Australian love. And when you do, tell them that I sent you in the comments, because
for sure.
Adam is one of the only YouTubers I know that reads every single comment and replies to them.
Every comment.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. So also, if you could give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button on here and share the video to get the word out. We're here every Thursday night here in Australia making live streams, and Jason will be back next week. So I really do hope you've enjoyed talking to Hootie, and please subscribe to his channel, Top channel, and you'll really enjoy his videos every single day. So thank you very much for coming, and I will see you next week. And thank you very much for showing up, Adam, at this late hour. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me.
Oh, good night, everyone.